Former American President Barack Obama once said that justice grows out of recognition of ourselves in each other, that my liberty depends on you being free too. This aptly underscores the need for all of society to join the fight against human trafficking and violence against persons. It's NAPTIP on the Move. I'm Angela Agwegi. On this episode, we bring you the legal and prosecution efforts of NAPTIP, the agency's consistent efforts in securing justice for victims. Don't go away. It's NAPTIP on the Move.
Prosecution and conviction of perpetrators of human trafficking and violence against persons is paramount to NAPTIP to ensure justice for the victims and serve as a deterrent to would-be offenders. In the last 2 years, the agency's efforts in ensuring diligent prosecution is yielding results. In 2023, NAPTIP secured landmark convictions.
You know, the role of legal and prosecution department is as initiated in the Trafficking Act. It is one of the core and critical departments. As the name connotes, legal and prosecution, we are responsible, among other things, in prosecution of cases depending government in civil suit or the agency whenever we are sued. Then we also offer legal advice. We represent the agencies in meeting. As for the convictions, well, I can say so far so good. Last year alone, we were able to have over 70 convictions. 67 of these convictions are TIP convictions, while 4 of the convictions are BAP convictions. So out of these 67, there are some convictions that are high profile, landmark cases. Like, for example, for the first time in the history of the agency, we are able to secure a conviction of a government official who was complicit in the act of trafficking. So it's the first time since the establishment of the agency. Last year, we were able to break that jinx. We arraigned a government official for the offense of trafficking, and then we were able to get him convicted. The convict promoted the journey of victims to Belgium, where she exploited them sexually. The victims were in Belgium. We were able, through the mutual legal assistance, testify through video link, and we were also able to get somebody from Belgium who is a police officer to come and testify. The woman was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment, and she was also fined 24 million naira. We also have this Lebanese case, which is also a landmark case. A Lebanese who exploited children who lives in Jos was arraigned, prosecuted, and convicted at the end of the trial. He was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment, and the court ordered that after he served his sentence, he should be deported back to Lebanon. So it is also first time in the history of the agency getting a foreign national convicted, and at the end of his jail term, he should be deported. So we have a lot of first last year, and we will continue to have first by the grace of God.
Aside conviction of human traffickers, NAPTIP also secured convictions of perpetrators of sexual and gender-based violence.
The VAP Act criminalized all forms of sexual and gender-based violence, which includes the offenses of rape. In 2023, the agency secured 4 convictions. Top of it were 2 cases which had to do with the case of rape. The convicts were slammed with life imprisonment. One of it is a case of sodomy, where a little boy visited his neighbor and the neighbor stupefied him and then pounced on him and perfected the act. The case was reported to the agency by his father, who took him and went straight to the National Hospital and called NAPTIP to come into action. NAPTIP flowed into action and ensured that the needful was done, gathered the evidence, and took up the matter. The second of it is a case of rape of 2 minors, like a 7 and 8-year-old, 2 cousins. These 2 cousins were also invited by their neighbor, who lured them and had sex with these little children. This case was also reported to the agency, and the agency fell into action. This year, we have 3 convictions, and one of it is a case of a rape. This case is a case that has to do with the rape of a minor as well. The minor was procured for a house help in the man's house, and the man presumably wanted to use her as a sex tool, but unfortunately for him, the case was reported immediately. He had his first way through. He was reported to the school. The school now brought the case to the notice of NAPTIP, where we handled it and took the matter to the courts.
NAPTIP is not relenting in this year 2024. The agency has embarked on zealous prosecution of offenders.
As for this year's conviction, well, I can say so far so good. In January alone, this year, we got 10 convictions. These convictions, some come from Sokoto, Maiduguri, Benin, Lagos, Lafia, and Abuja. The latest one was yesterday, which was a life sentence passed by a judge against a rapist. He was convicted for life imprisonment.
The agency employs diverse strategies to enhance prosecution of trafficking in persons and sexual and gender-based violence cases.
The agency has been doing a lot to combat human trafficking, as well as to ensure that the provisions of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act of 2015 is being implemented to the letter. One of the efforts made so far is to engage the judiciary. We have every year, as much as possible, to interact with the judges and engage them in symposium whereby we discuss the trends of violence against persons, so that they will also appreciate the offenses in the act. Also, amongst it is also the agency paid a courtesy call to the CJ and also requested for expansion of the designated judges, which gave us 6 designated judges as at today. Cases no longer last for a long time in the courts. We have our cases taken care of and handled expeditiously. Also, the agency, in line with the provisions of the VAP Act, coordinates the implementation of this act by engaging various stakeholders, which is done through the HIMAT and the SPAC. HIMAT is High Level Multi-Agency Taxing, and the SPAC is Service Providers Accountability Resource Committee. We coordinate the activities. We meet quarterly to discuss our challenges, share ideas, and tap from each other to ensure that this menace is curbed or reduced to its barest minimum. We have trainings of investigators and prosecutors. We engage these officers to equip them to be ahead of these perpetrators. Again, we also have our protection officers sent to the 6 FCT area councils. These protection officers are like service providers. They meet the locals, sensitize them, and also are available to rescue the victims whenever cases are reported before our men come in to arrest the perpetrators. Last year we had a meeting, a high-level meeting of the stakeholders, where we gathered all the chiefs, the religious leaders, the school guardians and counselors, and discussed on how we can implement the provisions of the VAP Act further. Having had that meeting, we got out with engaging these stakeholders at each area council. So this year we are starting on a good foot, and we've mapped out this is one of our strategic moves that we're going to take to ensure that this message gets to the grassroots at all costs. The agency also engages the schools. We have our Vanguard, NAPTIP Vanguard, in most of the schools, and the schools that we have launched the Vanguard, we're able to gather the counselors to train them on how to receive these cases, how to handle these victims.
The giant strides made in the last 2 years has been attributed to effective leadership.
If you have a good leader, certainly you will have a good follower. It is as a result of the good leadership being provided by Professor Fatima Waziri Azi. That's why we are able to get all these successes. Our indefatigable DG is really doing her best. The encouragement we get from the DG, who use, I can say, carrot and stick policy. If you do good, certainly you will be rewarded. If you do bad, you will be sanctioned. So this kind of thing is something that is giving us encouragement to do more, to put more efforts to ensure that we put traffickers behind the bars.
Although NAPTIP is making giant strides in its prosecution efforts, the agency still grapples with withdrawal of cases amongst other barriers.
Inasmuch as we have come this far, we cannot water down the fact that we have challenges in the course of our duties. Now, one of the challenges we have in prosecuting these cases is the unwillingness of the victims to testify in court. This has proved a huge challenge because proving the offenses under the VAP Act is victim-based evidence. So whatever you present, you can say everything you want to say before the court, pushing the evidences before the court. If the victim who has been violated doesn't come up to the judge and tell the story as it is, it will be a bit difficult for the prosecutor to win its case. Another issue is the issue of pressure to withdraw from the society, religious leaders, family. This happens especially on spousal battery cases. Now, this is a big challenge because these cases come to us and we are willing to move into action, and next thing the case, the victim wants to withdraw. And you know that the provisions of the ACTA specifically says that if the complainant says, I longer want to go on with this case, the complainant should be honored and the case should be withdrawn. Another issue is the issue of insufficient funds. Handling cases like this doesn't come easy.
Human trafficking and violence against persons are crimes against humanity. Reporting perpetrators will ensure more convictions.
I would like to inform the public to always speak up when cases of this nature come to them. When you see something, say something. This is one of the slogans of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons. Do not shut up. When you shut up, there is an effect it causes on the victim, the society, and the family. So when you speak up, the law enforcement agencies involved tries to move into action and see if the victim can get justice. It's important because that will give the victim succor, give him happiness, and know that at least someone is being punished for an offense he or she committed. Another advice is to mothers and guardians that when victims of the offenses speak up, please do not shut them down. Try as much as possible to encourage them to speak up. Take them to a corner or take them out of the environment to get out the facts. Do not shield the perpetrator. You shield him today, tomorrow you don't know what will happen. We cannot keep on allowing these people to be in the system. As much as possible, when cases of violence against persons come, please report to the agency.
We need the cooperation of the general public. Let the public come forward. People should not feel shy to come and report, because it is only when they report that we can be able to act. We are ready and willing to serve Nigerians.
The Legal and Prosecution Department of NAPTIP is poised and ever ready to swing into action. So, report that case today and justice will be served. Every day, NAPTIP receives reports on all forms of violence against persons, diverse cases of domestic violence, rape, incest, physical abuse, especially child abuse. NAPTIP is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that victims are compensated and offenders severely punished. But NAPTIP needs a lot of support. The VAP Act will be most effective if all states adopt the Act as law. Then, victims shun the culture of silence and report to NAPTIP. Call NAPTIP today on 0703 000203 or the toll-free short code 627. NAPTIP, ensuring a human trafficking and violence-free nation.
Indeed, NAPTIP is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that all perpetrators are brought to book. It's time to bring you recent activities in our event segment. Keep watching. A team from InHope and ASCI, led by Samantha Wolf, head of Network Expansion and Global Partnership InHope, were recently at NAPTIP to present an overview of the InHope plan to support the establishment of a reporting hotline aimed at addressing issues related to child sexual abuse material in Nigeria. The hotline seeks to combat child sexual assault material on a global scale by swiftly removing any offensive child sexual related content. In her response to the team, Professor Fatima Waziri Azi welcomed the project and emphasized the importance of incorporating crimes like sextortion, which is one of the rising trends in Nigeria. She also stressed the need to scale up awareness in higher institutions and the provision of virtual counseling for victims of these crimes. This collaboration is a significant step in the agency's ongoing efforts to combat online exploitation and enhance the victim support mechanism. The Director General of NAPTIP, Professor Fatima Waziri Azi, recently received a team from the Clean Foundation, led by the Executive Director, Gad Peter. The aim of the visit is to seek collaboration with the agency. The team lead shared the plan of the Foundation with the Director General and her team, outlining interventions against human trafficking, including awareness creation, advocacy and support for victims. Welcoming the team, the Director General of NAPTIP assured the team of continued support from NAPTIP and emphasized the importance of evidence-based interventions for maximum impact. The Clean Foundation is a civil society organization that promotes public safety, security, and justice. The Federal High Court in Maiduguri, presided over by Honorable Justice Jude Dakat, has sentenced a 29-year-old female, Aisha Florence, to 1 year imprisonment for attempting to recruit and transport a 5-year-old female from Kurma in the Republic of Chad to Maiduguri, Borno State. The offense is punishable under Section 29 of the Trafficking in Persons Prohibition, Enforcement and Administration Act 2015. In Lagos State, the Federal High Court, presided over by Honorable Justice C.J. Aneke, has sentenced Patricia Igbinovia, also known as Mama Bobby, to 7 years imprisonment and a fine of 1 million naira for organizing foreign travel of 4 female victims to Malaga in Spain for sexual exploitation and conspiracy. Contrary to Section 18 and 27 of the Trafficking in Persons, Prohibition, Enforcement and Administration Act 2015. NAPTIP has secured 10 convictions in the first month of 2024. As usual, let's hear an account of a victim. Stay with NAPTIP on the Move.
I'm 18 years old. I'm from Maiduguri. I was in my village. Now one of my brother used to work inside one area. When he used to work, he come and told my father, he say, I want somebody. Get one woman who used to cook for them inside the office. He wants somebody who come and be helping her from that area. So now my father come for the area. When he carry me come for the area, I was there. I used to help the woman go to the office, cook, sell the food. Now I charge marry for Abuja. Now I charge fight with the husband. He come for that area, come and meet her mommy. He wanted to go back. Now he tell her, he say he needs somebody to be helping her. He has 2 children and he's pregnant. He cannot be doing the work. Now I go follow them. When I followed them, I used to work for the woman, and the woman put me for school. I used to go. So I used to work and they used to pay me. After that, the 2 and not do, the woman will say, I do it. I'm not used to complain. He beats me tired. I will not say I want to go. They never call my parents once. I can meet my father. They never call anyone. I can tell them. Stay and say I wanted to speak with my father. They say no, they cannot. I cannot speak with my father. So one day I come back their children. When I back the children the evening, and the children told me say the body is not clean. Then I come to say okay, let me scrub the body. Then I come scrub the body. The sponge where they buy for the girl, for the 2 girls, the sponge very very strong. Now the sponge come mistakenly I scrub it too much. Now the girl come they cry, see the place where I scrub the sponge, the place is hurting her. Now I come to say okay, sorry. When the husband came back from work, now the wife told her, he said see the place where happen like this. Now it was on Sunday. The second day on Monday, when he wanted to go to school, now the husband told me, say I will not go to school. I will remain there. You can't punish me, give me one video. Say I should raise her up. I should need and raise it up. Now I can't raise it. If the thing fall down, you start beating me. After that, now the thing come fall down, now you can't beat me over my body. All my body is wound. Now I didn't talk, I didn't tell anyone. So you can't come and say I should be carrying jacket, I should be wearing, going to school. If somebody asks me what happened, I should tell her, say nothing happened. Now I can say okay, I used to carry this jacket where I wear. I used to wear the jacket going to school, come back with it, going to school, come back with it. So our teacher no one know for my school. Now one day they come close for school. Now the man told me say I should come and stand for one junction. I should wait for him, let her come and pick me. I was standing, now people that was passing, now one policeman come past. When the policeman pass, see my body, that day I didn't wear jackets. When the policeman see my body, now he asked me, he said what happened to my body? Now I say nothing. Now I come to see beating, I say no. He said, look at my face and told me, say it's not anything. What happened to your hand? Now I can't tell me, I say it's the person I'm staying with. That is why I say what happened, he beats me like this. Then I tell her what happened. Now the man can't give me a number. Now one day I was on school, 7th of December 2023. Now I was in the school. It was break time. Now I see somebody come and call me, say they are calling me for head office. So I went to head office. Now the man asked me, say what happened? I didn't call you. Now I can't tell her, say nothing. Now they come call the woman. They asked me, say they want to see her for head office. When I see her, now they come and ask the woman. He say what happened? Where they move over my body. Now the woman say no used to beat me. No, my husband beat me. Now I can't tell her, say no, it's not only her, it's the girl and the husband and the mother of the girl. Only reported the case for NAPTIP. And then you can't tell me, say okay, as she follow NAPTIP, she'll come for their place. And the NAPTIP carried me to the shelter. Thank you, NAPTIP, for arresting the man.
For more inquiries and support, or to report cases of suspected human trafficking, violence against persons and child abuse, please call NAPTIP hotline 0703 0000203 or the short code 627. Take advantage of the NAPTIP iReporter app and report incidences with ease. Email us info@naptip.gov.ng. Visit our website www.naptip.gov.ng. Follow us on our social media platforms at NAPTIP Nigeria or watch our videos on YouTube.
Our time is far spent. Thank you for watching and join us again next week. My name is Angela Agbegi. Goodbye.